tricky thing.
Yeah.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so Daf Mem yesterday was all the different heating of the wheat and whether it should be soaked, not soaked, and whether vinegar stops chametz or not. And that's basically yesterday's stuff. So today we actually have some major halachas that are learned out of this Gemara. So Ein Mevashlan, yeah. Daf Mem Aleph Amud Aleph, about I don't know what is it, 2 dots, around 8 lines down. Yeah, so Ein Mevashlan. So you're not allowed to cook the right. It's an interesting thing. We didn't discuss it because the Tosfos here says it. What is this doing? It's smack in the middle of this Mishnah. We're talking about chametz, maror, what you can use for matzah, and all of a sudden the Mishnah says you can't cook the korban Pesach with liquids, right? So Tosfos asks that. It's the fourth Tosfos down. Tosfos says, well, why are you teaching this here, right? And it doesn't really answer it. It says it's because you were talking about vegetables being cooked and you can't cook the maror. So then, and that's why you can't cook the korban Pesach either. Then it should have said it back by the Mishnah of vegetables, not here. Tosfos really says it's tzarachin, exactly why this is taught here. Okay, but whatever it is. So bottom line is you're not allowed to cook the korban Pesach with liquid. So it says the Gemara, talking about mayim. It says you're not allowed to cook in water. Ainly ela mayim. That only tells me water. Shar mashka minayin. What about other liquids? Amar kavachamer ma mayim shein mafikin taimon asurin. Water that doesn't make the taste make the taste of the meat taste any worse, right? It's also sharmash k'shemafikin time, but other liquids that are going to take away the taste of the meat. All right. Bottom line is you have straight up meat. It's going to taste one way. You put in other ingredients, and it's going to taste a different way. So if water, which doesn't really change the taste, is also so kol shekein other liquids that change the taste. So like kol shekein isn't that for sure. Rabbi Yomer, that's one shot. Rabbi Yomer b'mayim. It says b'mayim. Ainly ela mayim. That's water is a problem to cook the korban Pesach. And shar mashka minayin. How do you know that you're not allowed to cook the korban Pesach on other liquids? Tamlei bashal mevushal. It says the pasuk says bashal mevushal, a double lashon. Right. So mikol makam means to tell you anything that's cooked. Again, roasted is without liquid. Cooked is with liquid. Right. So the pasuk saying bashal mevushal. So that's telling us that any type of cooking, whether it's water or other liquids, might be naive. So what's the difference between the two sheets?
Is tzli a mitzvah deraisa to make it roasted?
Is tzli a mitzvah deraisa to make it roasted?
Yeah, it's a mitzvah saseh to roast it, right?
I would think so.
So you'd be over and aseh by doing this anyway. So all this is just to make it a lav also?
I guess so. No?
Yeah, but why? Okay.
That seems like that. Okay, so there might be now. You could be now tzli though. So the difference between them is pot roast, as they call it, right? Yeah. So according to the Mandam, it says any type of liquid, right? So then he's going to be machmer. Because it's a liquid, even though it's the meat's its own liquid, right? Tzli is pot roast, meaning you instead of roasting it on a fire like a barbecue, you put it into a pot without any liquid. So then the water of the meat itself accumulates at the bottom, and that's what it's being cooked in. So according to the first sheet, there's no added liquids; it's coming straight from the meat, so it would be okay. According to the second, according to Rebbe, that it's exeris hakosov, so therefore any type of liquid would be a problem. That's the first major halach we learn out from this. So the minig is not to have roasted meats or chickens by the seder. Right? Can you have pot roast though? All right. So most places can say that you are allowed to have pot roast by the seder.
Tzviakov, liquid that gets generated during cooking is a problem?
Who?
Liquid that gets generated during the cooking process is an issue?
Right. That's
what we're talking about. That's
yes,
its own
exactly it. Aharon, that's exactly it. Yeah, that's mamish it. So we paskin that it's
pot roast is just a name. It's not actually a roast. It's not roasted over the fire. It's just called the roast.
What are you talking about?
Cook it as a whole. It's not over tzli.
Which type of roast?
Any roast. It's called
Correct.
a roast.
It's in a pot.
It's in a pot.
No, but if you put it in a pot and you don't add liquids, we're talking about if you don't add liquids, right? The my shaila is the place can say how much liquid do you need to add to a roast for the seder by night? Some say an inch, whatever it is. Okay, but that's that. Once you have enough liquid that it's in.
What is it? It's just that it's a similar cooking method. What's the?
Yes, yeah, it's all about the cooking method.
Yeah. So 1 second, if you're broiling
I'm
a
thinking
piece
so.
of meat
Just so
on broil,
sticking a steak in a
Daniel,
pot is the same as keeping it over an open flame.
No,
That's
Dan,
no, it's not. It's a little different. But the question is,
it'll
do we
look
look at
like
it like
you're
that?
eating kachim b'chutz. That's why you can't do it. That's the reason you can't roast meat Pesach night. It'll
Right,
look
but it's
like you're
only
eating
if it would be
kachim
similar to.
b'Yerushalayim.
Right, so
That's
it's only if it's similar to the way you'd make a korban
Yeah.
pesach. So we're saying here that it's likeder is okay, even though it's a machlokes here, and I think we're machmer by the korban pesach, which is why. So someone applied this machlokes to the seder by night too. Can you make a pot roast by the seder, right? So the eitzah to get out of it is just put a little water in there and finish. That's enough, right? An inch of water. Fine.
Jacob, you could do that on a cowboy steak on the grill also. Put a little water underneath.
Yeah, but where's it gonna? It's gonna accumulate somewhere.
Oh, that's the problem.
It's gonna get burned out. It's gonna get burnt out, right? I think. I'm not from the big barbecuers. I'm not opening my mouth. I know we're not what's not my my forte.
So
So
you can,
I think
so you can eat sous vide on Pesach by the Seder.
100%.
Okay.
Oh no, sous vide. I'm not sure.
No.
I'm not sure because it's cooking in water. It's going through plastic. It's a good question. I'm not sure. Every Pesach the last 2 years since the sous vide invention came out, I'm not. Peretz is trying to show the oilam a barbecue. The oilam looking. Yeah. Yeah. Whatever it is. So
Obviously, though, if you put a little bit of water
I'm
into the
trying to
sous vide bag,
avoid the liquid coming in because it started raining. So
I hear.
obviously, if you put a little water in the sous vide bag, then that would be that is a pot roast.
That's a good answer, right? That's a good
Yeah,
answer.
the problem
Put a
it's
little water in
very
the sous vide bag.
It's you can ask Peretz has a whole tire on putting water in a sous vide bag. It's very
You
complicated.
see, sure, Marchuk, you went into things you're not supposed to. You are
Grilling, I'm okay with. Sous vide is a world I don't know yet.
correct. Yeah.
Yeshua in Marseille, they put a little water in. In Paris, they don't put any water in.
Gotcha.
No, the vacuum sealer sucks the water out, so you end up flooding your vacuum sealer. It's Peretz can explain better than me.
So it's a mechanical thing. There, I
It's a
don't
mechanical
know what I'm doing.
Leo, nobody else in the DAF is interested in it. So
Also
they're
loses
interested
all
in
the
meat.
flavor, so don't put the water in the bag. Loses all the flavor.
Reb Aaron, we'll get back to lettuce, tuna, and lettuce pickles in a minute.
fine.
Say it the right way. It's tuna lettuce, not lettuce tuna.
Tuna lettuce. I'm on Schuldigs.
Anyways, okay, so weiter. So now V'Rabbanon. So now we go back and forth. What do they do with each other's shitas? V'Rabbanon. Hi, bashul mevushel mai of delay. Right, so Rabbanon just learned it out as a kal v'chaymer. So what do they learn with bashul mevushel? If you cook something and then you roast it, what happens if you cook the korban Pesach and then you roast it? Right? He coming to tell you that either way you're going to be chayiv if you do that. Meaning you're not allowed to do that. We understand if you cook the korban Pesach and then you roast it, you chayiv. You cooked it. But if you roasted it and then you cooked it, what should be the problem? It was roasted already. Who cares what you do after that? The way you cooked it, it was cooked, it was roasted, it was barbecued. We're going according to Rabbi Yossi. And this comes up every single Shabbos for everybody on every daf anywhere in the world. This next two lines, right? Why? So for anybody, even not on the daf, but I'm saying it comes up for every yid. Why? Amar Rav Kana, Hamani Rabbi Yossi, the Tani Yaitze Berikik Hashari. You're Yaitze with a rikik, we said rikik is wafers, but it means matzah that's soaked. Uvi Mavushal. And you could even cook the matzah, shilai nemuach, as long as it didn't totally melt in that you can't tell that it's matzah. Right? Which is, by the way, the first raya against, obviously, gebrachts, because this is very clearly gebrachts. Right? You're taking matzah and you're cooking it and soaking it. Tiveria meir. Yossi Omer.
You're just saying you can't be to the mitzvah. You can't have knedlich for the mitzvah. That's what he's saying.
What?
He's saying you can't have knedlich for the mitzvah. He's not saying about if it's good or not.
No, but No, that's true. But if it's chametz, then for sure you can't.
He's not
right?
saying it's coming. He just says if yoitz and
That's what I'm saying. So right. So but that means it's not.
It's
that
only
means
for the mitzvah matzah.
I understand.
What
No,
does
no, but
yoitzin mean?
no, but it's not gebrocht. That's what I'm saying. It's a right that it's not gebrocht.
Oh yeah, yeah, I know that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not gebrocht. It's some people need rayas that it's not gebrocht, right? Like the Gross said, you mechal yomtiv if you don't eat gebrochts. What are you saying?
Which means erev Pesach you can eat it.
Erev Pesach. You're saying because well no, it's chametz though. It's still if you hold it gebrocht, then it's chametz. If you hold gebrocht's a problem.
If you mock them gebrochts.
Yeah.
Right, then it's chametz. Then obviously you can't eat that on erev Pesach. But I'm saying, okay.
Yeah, you're no winners here. No winners according to that. So that's first shita, but the next shita is the more important shita.
How can anybody get on gebrochts to not do it?
What are you saying?
How can anybody not do gebrochts at this point? Then, based on this Gemara.
And a chanami, this Gemara is a very strong raya this Gemara is an extremely strong raya for the people that eat gebrochts. Yes, you're right. It's the default is that you could eat gebrochts. So the ones that are machmer have to find reasons why they say that our matzah is different. Their this that whatever they have all different ways of explaining it. But yes, this is a very strong raya. Rabbi Yossi, this is the important one. Yoitzin berekik hashari, you yoitza with a challah that's soaked. Avaloi b'mevushel, but if you cook the matzah after it was baked, you're not allowed to. You're not yoitza even though it didn't melt down. So Rabbi Yossi holds that if you cook matzah after it's baked, which obviously it's matzah, it's baked, then that is not allowed. Why? Let's look we have to look at this Rashi, right into the Rashi and 2 lines up. It's no longer called bread. Once you cook the bread, the challah, the matzah, or challah too, after, but even though it was already baked, since you went and cooked it, it's batal v'taras lechem, which is the way we paskin. So what do we learn out from this? That there's a whole
Yaakov, we had these sugyas and brachas when it doesn't have a surah anymore of the past.
Very good, Aharon Kaplan. Very good. Very impressed. Very impressed. But this has been a gate to Hilchas Shabbos, and just because I've been giving the ladies Hilchas Shabbos, so I'm holding in this a little bit. We hold the rules ain't bishul achar bishul, right? You're allowed to take kugel and warm it up as long as it's cooked before Shabbos, right? As long as you don't have the chazara issues. What about can you take something baked and put it into soup? That's what I'm saying. It's negay every Shabbos. Can you tip your challah into the soup? Rabbi Yossi, and we paskin like him, holds that there is bishul achar afiyah. That's what it's mashma. Yesh bishul achar afiyah and yesh bishul achar tzli, and the other way around too. So to take a cooked food and to put it dry on top of a hot plate, let's say, or to take a liquid food, or take a dry food like a challah and to put it into your soup, is a big machlokes rishonim. The ones that are machmer that hold that there is bishul after baking is based on this Gemara right here, based on this Rashi, right? And we paskin like Rabbi Yossi. So that's why the Mishnah Berurah paskins in Shin Yud Ches Hilchos Shabbos that yes, you are not allowed to take croutons that were or challah. You're not allowed to put into a kli rishon because or even a klisheni you could. Right, because we say yesh bishul achar afiyah, yesh afiyah achar bishul.
Tiago.
Yeah.
So what are you if you bake chicken? Like I baked my chicken today in the oven, breaded chicken. Right. I baked. Is that considered baked? Is that considered cooked?
That's baked. If there was no liquid, that's considered baked. That's baked. So now to take that chicken and put it into your soup in a kli rishon, you would not be allowed to do it. Now, obviously, you can't put a kli rishon on the fire because that's chazara. But even if you take the kli off the fire, you're not allowed to take that chicken and put it in because we paskin from this Gemara yesh bishul achar afiyah. So what about the shitas that hold that it's not an issue? And once it's baked, it's baked. What do they do with this Gemara? They say that this is a din special to Hilchas Pesach, not Hilchas Shabbos, right? But so that's mamash the machlokes rishonim based over here. It's only by the korban Pesach that you have this issue, or my matzah, not korban Pesach, or both. By matzah, you have this issue. You don't have this issue meaning it's the mitzvah of matzah, putting it into liquid, and cooking it ruins it. Whatever it is, it's kedai to
What-
spend the minutes on this because it's very negay. What are you saying, Naftali?
Coffee. Coffee to put.
This is the problem with roasted coffee. This is the
So
problem
that,
with the
I
via
thought that I was
Starbucks.
told that to put the water into a cup and this, and then put it in the coffee into the water was frumkeit. It's not a frumkeit.
Yeah,
Depends- no,
where does
instant
the
instant
via
coffee.
rumor come from? I can't find that anywhere. I looked online. I can't find that anywhere. The via.
The OU discusses it.
So that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, instant
Yeah, I
coffee.
think so. As far as I know, they do.
The instant coffee.
Yeah, instant coffee is
See-
already cooked. It's ain't bishul achar bishul.
I thought it was roasted.
It's not. It's not. It's cooked.
Okay,
Instant coffee is cooked. You're mixing up instant coffee and Turkish coffee and or
Okay.
what do you
So
call
instant
it?
coffee you could put hot water straight into.
Really, yes. There are machmirim that hold that it's considered a liquid because it instantly becomes liquid right after it touches it, but that's a different chumrah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so weiter. But that's based on this Gemara, right in the middle of Pesachim. Yeah. So ulamar afilu tem Rameir. You could even say it's Rameir. Shani hachad amar krov bashal v'bushal mikol makom. Any place that it gets cooked, we have an extra deal. Okay. Turn on.
Second, I'm sorry. It's not
problem.
Mexican mavashal.
What is?
Pouring in, everyone would think that it's regular coffee.
It's not Mexican mavashal because it's not. You can't have Mexican mavashal if it's mutter to make it. It's mutter. It's not an issue. It's already pre-cooked. How about putting you're not allowed to put it straight into the urn, Mike. That's for
Jacob,
sure,
any
because that's
questions? They can log in Saturday night after the
That's
daf.
true.
No, let's go.
That's
Yalla.
true. Very good. Yes, we don't let anybody talk, so it could be males or females. Yeah. Anyways, very good. But yeah, it's not Mexican mavashal because that's not the way you would cook. That's the way you make a coffee. All right. Okay. So turn around. Yachol tzalu kol tzarko yei chayev. Okay. Now we go the other way, parrots. What happens if you burn the korban Pesach? Right. So besides that, the oilam that barbecues, the barbecue club is going to come after you hard that you burned your korban Pesach and that you don't know how to properly barbecue. But what's the din? You would think you're chayev, right? I mean, I don't. What the hava mean is why you should be chayev if you burned your korban Pesach is not so clear, right? So tamaloymer al toichlem imenu no. Do not eat it half cooked. Ubashal mevushal b'mayim, and don't eat it cooked in water. No ubashal mevushal amarti lach. I said to you to keep half cooked and fully cooked. I said v'lo shetzalu kol tzarkoi, and not that you should roast it totally.
He has a bigger problem, this fellow.
What I mean?
He's not going to eat korban Pesach that year.
No. Some
The
guys
bigger
like burnt
problem.
meat. Yeah, no. Some guys like.
He's not yoitz today. He's a bigger problem.
You're right. If it's not roy lachila, it's a problem, Tak. If you burn it so much, Ravashi the shavi charucha. It's sorov. Rashi says sorov. That means burned. You burned it. Finished. Fine. Ton rabbanon. Yachol ochel kazayis chayev. You would think if you eat a kazayis of raw meat, raw korban Pesach. Let's eat it raw. What do you call the name of that meat? Whatever. You decide to eat it.
Tartar.
Tatar, right?
Tartar.
Korban Pesach tatar, right? So yachol ochel kazayis chayev. Tam loimer al toichlem menu no vashal vashal no vashal amarti lo v'loy chay. It's only you're not supposed to do it quasi cooked, but the raw is not a problem. Yachol ye mutter. Okay, so maybe you could do it. It's mutter. Tam loimer kiyim tzli eish. It needs to be roasted. Hey chidami no. What is no? Right? What does it mean partially cooked? Amarav keda amri parsoi avarnim. Okay, the Parsim call it avarnim. Amarav chistam b'vashal b'chamei Tiveria b'Shabbos. This we had in Shabbos. If you cook anything in chamei Tiveria on Shabbos, you're potter. Right? We'll see in a second why. Pesach shebishu b'chamei Tiveria chayev. If you cook the korban Pesach in chamei Tiveria, you're chayev.
How could that be?
Is it bishul or is it not bishul? What?
How could that be?
What, to cook it?
In Tiveria. You're in Yerushalayim. How you cooking in Tiveria?
I guess you shechted it, right? So yeah,
And what-
yes, the Mefarshim asked, how'd you take it out of Yerushalayim?
I learned this with Zolzangas at your uncle Rabbi Yehuda, Aaron's father. Years ago, I had a problem with this Gemara, and I asked him. We looked it up. The Marakayan in the back of the Marakayan says that this is talking about Lasid Lavai when the whole Eretz Yisrael is Yerushalayim, has a din of Yerushalayim. Yeah, the Marakayan says it. Yeah. Page
Wow.
Lamed Tes in the Marakayan.
Look at that! Look at that shameless plug, Ramar. Look at that.
I'm giving good. I got to give credit where credit is due.
That's
He's also
very
the
good.
Maggid Shir's uncle, besides
That's
being your
right.
father.
Oh,
Correct.
Jacob knew him long before I did, Ramar.
That's right. And my kid's moil. My kid's moil too. All right. So anyway, so Okay, the Pashut shot is that it's lav dafka chamei Tiveria. It just means cooking in the water. But whatever it is, Masagor asks, "My Shnubah Shabbos Deloy told us Eshbin, and why are you not chayiv for cooking it on Shabbos in the chamei Tiveria? Because you need it to be something from fire, and chamei Tiveria is not from fire. But like Pesach Nami lav told us Eshu, so Pesach is also not told us Esh, right? So it doesn't come from fire. So that means you didn't really cook it on something fire based. So my chayiv the Katani. No, we're misunderstanding what the word chayiv is. Chayiv here means the ka'avar mishum tzli eish. No, the reason why you're chayiv is not because it's cooked, not cooked. You didn't roast it, you cooked it in liquid, so that's why you're chayiv. Right? He said it, he learned it openly. He said it straight out, the reason, not that we have to come for that. Okay, I guess we'll stop here. The next time it goes pretty quick, so we should be able to catch up as Motzei Shabbos. I think we should start a little later, Motzei Shabbos. We'll do 8:10. 8:10. All right.
Thank you.
8:15. By the time we start 8:10, if we get rolling.
No, move out of Arizona.
Okay.
8:10. Oh, Elio, it's for you basically. So
Not
I appreciate it very much. I appreciate
So
it.
Elio, you should be quiet because from Yaakov upset 15 people. So don't keep on saying it. You know what I mean?
And Naftali Landau's going to complain anyway.
That's correct.
See, I already knows I always push my luck. So
no.
Elio, I disagree with him.
Naftali Landau
Let's pick up Ishmael Mahania.
That's right. Shmuley, you still on there, Shmuley?
I just want to say, Tzvi it's mamish a mysterious nefesh. All you guys will be learning till the second before Shabbos. I have another hour to go, so it's a little easier, but it's a beautiful thing to witness.
Yeah, Baruch Hashem, Baruch Hashem. It's pretty good to do now before also, Mike.
No, I know it's you putter from anything in the house. I get it.
That's the bonus.
I'm saying because I'm jealous. Now I gotta go help.
So, Rabbi Stein, did you see that video that Rav Aharon posted in the beginning? It thanks the wives. They're the ones that let us do this.
Right, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Rabbi Stein, Shabbos should bring refuah.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
Shmuley, can you find out? We were discussing this morning when we were learning. 500 years ago, what did they do a whole Shabbos? People.
Depends where.
I don't.
Ask their 19 brothers and sisters.
What did they do a whole day? Shabbos.
So I think in Longmore they used to learn Navi a lot, but these.
What about the women? What about the women? What did a woman do a whole Shabbos?
Well, why was it different as opposed to what?
No, because you can't. Half the things we talk about, you can't talk about on Shabbos. Right? We learned this morning that you're not even. It's a clear whether you're even allowed to tell a guy not to shut off the lights because that's talking about weekday activity. I mean, a guy's voluntarily coming to shut off or turn on lights. Whether you're even allowed to tell him not to. Right? If he's turning on your lights, yes, but for his own light, if you're allowed to tell him not to, because that's a weekday talking.
I'd have to answer.
What?
I'd have to call Rabbi Irons again.
All right, we're putting you on the case.
I'll give him a call.
Chabura talks about it. No?
He does, but I'm saying that what he says, learn Senorano. Okay, and did they really do that? They couldn't read English back then. They couldn't read Lashon Kodesh, most of the women.
That's why Senorano came about.
Okay.
They spoke about it. They had Shabbos party.
The Shabbos party with what? Where'd they go to?
There was no roll-ups and there was no.
By the way, Aaron,
they had very much beef jerky.
Aaron, I want to tell you, I saw a video late last night. I couldn't stay watching this video. What the globe is going to look like in 250 million years, and all of the countries came together. Basically, one side of the world is all water, and the rest is one country, which is consistent with what you're saying, that the whole world will be Eretz Yisrael, and Eretz Yisrael, as we know, will be Yerushalayim, which is a crazy thing. Right?
That's it's
This was not a Jewish video I watched. It's
I understand. Yeah, but he said that's very good. You see, look at
it's
the
called
Maracaian.
Pangea.
You have a Shas Gemara, page Lamed Ches in the back. You'll see Maracaian. You'll find it. It's on our Amud.
Yeah. All right.
I'm excited to look. There's a very big Keshik Shloimeh here. It brings an interesting Maisa. I don't know. I didn't see it yet. Keshik Shloimeh brings a huge Maisa. I don't know what it is yet. I didn't see it.
If I don't get to it, you'll tell me what's a Shabbos.
What are we doing about the rain?
It's raining.
Shabbos.
That's what I heard. I didn't see, but I heard it's starting to rain.
I don't know. Whatever. If not, you'll die. It's raining, so you finish. What are you gonna do?
Yeah. Okay.
Punjab, Shabbos, Punjab.
Shabbos.
Shabbos.
Shabbos.